Welcome back to Daily Driven Alpha. Thanks for tuning in. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, hope you enjoy this. There's plenty more historically. What you're looking at here is the engine that we've just rebuilt, and we've decided, rather than building a test rig for the motor, we've just walked out into our boneyard, taken an old rusty Julia super shell that we've got and used it to drop the motor in, because it's designed to take these motors. Obviously we can put the radiator in as well and put it on its mounts, tighten those down and put the coil in. We've taken the gauges from the car, we've hooked them up, including the tacho, so we can see what rev range we're doing, monitor the water temperature, and importantly also look at the oil pressure readings. Bit jerry rigged, but it works, and we're very mindful obviously of the safety of what we're doing, given that we've got an open fuel container here, we've got a fire extinguisher, and the conditions at the moment here out where we work, it's green, it's lush, hot, humid, and everything's been quite wet, so we're conscious in this part of our world not to start any fires. So what we'll do is let's fire this up, see how it runs, have a look at some of the pressure readings. You can get to hear it. Let me get my hearing protection on, because it's running straight out of the headers there. We have not hooked up the old rusty exhaust. We think that's more problematic than anything, and we'll fire this up, so it will be a little loud. A couple of quick checks before we get going. Just check the coolant level, top that up, that was down. We noticed that there's a small leak from one of the bottom hoses, but it's only a small one. We're monitoring that, but definitely mindful as we run this that we don't want to get this thing hot unnecessarily. The fan that we're using on it won't work that efficiently because it doesn't have the cowling, but it'll do to get us up and running, and that's one of the reasons we've hooked up the water temperature gauge. Make sure that we're looking after the engine as it starts to work itself in. So let's just give that a bit of a prime. Okay, I think we're ready to go. One thing that we do need to do, it's not going to fire if we don't have the coil connected. Now, one of the things, while this looks rough and ready, the reason we have got that hot wire there loose is that if we don't like what's happening, we can pull it straight away and shut the motor down. So you've got to be careful that you don't end up with your engine suddenly revving out for one reason or another. You want to be able to control that. Right, let's have another go. Okay, so there you have it. We've finally got this motor running. We're pretty happy with the way it runs. We just hand timed that and virtually did it by ear. Carburetors were set up ages ago. Pretty impressed with the way the motor is actually running just straight out of the out of the box, and we'll fine tune that a little bit later once we get it into the project car and start driving it. But for now, we know that the motor runs. We're happy with that. It's got oil pressure and seems to be fairly stable. There's no really wild and crazy noises coming from it, so happy days. But there you go. There's your test rig right there. If you've got a spare car, you can use it. And the reason we did that is so that if we have to pull this motor in and out, we don't want to be doing it in the new coupe and breaking up any paintwork, etc. So we're quite happy with that. Right, milestone achieved. The hard work comes. We have to take all this out now and clean it all up and get it ready to put into the coupe. Please like, subscribe, share it with others. Happy to hear your updates from your projects, and keep those comments coming. Bit of a shout out to two people that I know that watch this channel fervently. Steve Wallace. Steve-o, thank you very much. Always appreciate your support, mate. And Quentin, who's just started watching, a good friend from Western Australia, and loves classic cars. So thank you very much, and we'll look forward to getting something of interest up soon. Cheers.